paradise deity is existential, but the emerging supreme and ultimate are experienced. So oftentimes when we talk about God, we're really referring to God the Supreme. Anything that happens down here is done in one way or another by God the sevenfold, except worship. Worship goes back to Him. Prayer, as true prayer, does not really. It can be metaphorically say, yeah, I'm praying to the Father, but worship definitely centers and returns to the Father. We can get in. You'll come to those things later in reading the book and come across them yourself many times, I'm sure. This fourth thing is reality is either personal or impersonal. Deity expansion, personality expression, and universal evolution are forever conditioned by the Father's free will act, which forever separated the mind, spirit, personal meanings, and values of actuality and potentiality, centering in the eternal Son from those things which center and inhere in the eternal Isle of Paradise. When the Father, trying to separate, you might say, Himself, goes into all the things over here, mind, spirit, personal meanings. The other things were over here in Paradise. The book calls this a bifurcation. Either things are personal or impersonal in that respect. And then we come upon a term that is a reality but stands outside of all of this. It is called Paradise, and it's a thing by itself. It's not in time and space, so we can't put it in any of these categories we've been talking about. So it's used in an adjective, it's used as a noun, and then its function. So see if we can't pick it out here as an adjective to begin with. Paradise is a term inclusive of the personal and non-personal focal absolutes of all phases of universe reality. So it's referring to more than just that little isle of paradise that the beings inhabit as their home. It's a term inclusive of the personal and non-personal focal absolutes of all phases of universe reality, and refers to everything that is up there, the seven absolutes, for instance. It seems like to me it refers to all of that. So paradise, properly qualified, may connote any and all forms of reality, because it refers to all of the absolutes, it seems. All forms of reality, deity, divinity, personality, and energy, spiritual, mindal, and or material, if we refer to it as referring to a term that includes all those things. All share paradise as the place of origin, the place where they function, and their destiny as regards values, meanings, and factual existence. Again, that's the three same terms, values, meanings, and facts. They all share that because the absolutes are there. Everything comes back to those absolutes, come from it, and return back there again. So paradise term can include all of that. But when we refer to it as the Isle of Paradise now, as a noun, paradise is not otherwise qualified. As paradise not otherwise qualified is the absolute of the material gravity control of the first source and center. When we use the Isle of Paradise in this way, our paradise not otherwise qualified, it's the absolute of the material gravity that the Father controls from His seat at the center of all things on paradise. He's motionless, being the only stationary thing in the universe of universes. We have drawn up pictures from the papers on paradise, and they have it's elliptical in shape. It's the hugest thing in the universe. It's not in time and space. Those things are absolute. Time is absolute. Space is absolute. It's kind of hard to imagine what it is. It's a totally different kind of material than we have, that we're made out of, our worlds. But the only way we picture characterize it as a sphere pretty much like our own. They talk about peripheral paradise as moving, slowly rotating about paradise. So when we conceptualize that, we kind of have a ball down here with a ball bearing and something going around it. With those material conceptualizations, paradise is not material in that way. So kind of imagine paradise with a form that rotates part of it, and yet it rotates around something that stays central and unmoving, motionless, immobile. Will never change position one way or the other. The peripheral paradise slowly rotates around it. This eternal isle is the actual source of the physical universe's past, present, and future. Everything has come from there. Scientists wondering, where will this come from? From the energies that proceed from the nether part of the paradise. It all comes from there. Nuclear Isle of Light is a deity derivative. God made it, but he made it eternally. It is and is existential, as is himself. But paradise is hardly deity. Paradise is not part of deity even. It is one of the absolutes, existential absolute, but it is not deity. Neither are the material creations, where we come from, a part of deity. They are a consequence of paradise and a consequence of deity. Paradise is not a creator. It is a unique controller of many universe activities, far more a controller than a reactor. Throughout the material universes, paradise influences the reactions and conduct of all beings having to do with force, energy, and power. If we get time, we'll show another little clip in here of the relationship of force, energy, and power, and how they're related, how one leads to the other, and kind of what they are, the way the book uses them here. But paradise itself is unique, exclusive, and isolated in the universes. It sits by itself. It is not. It has not. It's not like ours at all. Our universes down here. Paradise represents nothing, and nothing represents paradise. It is neither a force nor a presence. It is just, as they say, it's just paradise. It's in a unique situation, totally.